Hey, good Tuesday morning, everybody, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. I'm getting ready to set up for the morning briefing, and it is a delightful morning, no doubt about it. It is absolutely gorgeous. Did you happen to see that beautiful moon glistening off the eastern Pacific here this morning, and an absolutely beautiful sunrise starting to take place? And look at that ocean, flat, calm, gorgeous, beautiful weather. And we've got a lot to talk about on the morning briefing, including some fantastic wide open long range fishing continuing. It has been a magnificent long range season, and that is not slowing down. We're also going to check out for sea bass and halibut in Southern California. And right here in the Southern California surf, there's been some really good barred perch fishing, a few halibut taken. There's some halibut derbies that have started up in SoCal. The Native Sun is going to start their derby on Wednesday. That is tomorrow out of 22nd Street Landing. The El Patron will be back at Catalina Island here shortly. The Island Spirit from Ventura Sport Fishing is going in the yard to do some work, and we're going to do a live podcast with Daniel Hadaway from the area where he's fixing up the rig in Newport Beach. A gloriously beautiful morning. One has to feel blessed, even though we've got red flag warnings. It's going to get windy again. And of course, right now is a good time to remember our first responders and all the people who've been suffering here in Southern California. And we do that with a great deal of love, thoughts, and prayers. All right, everybody, I'm going to get set up for the morning briefing. Man, it is absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy morning to be here. I'll be back with the MB in just a couple of seconds. Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. As I previously mentioned, we keep all the first responders and all the people suffering here in Southern California in our hearts and prayers. Here on the morning briefing, we have got so much to talk about. You know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh, is that good? Cup of hot coffee here on kind of a cool morning on the beach, but it is absolutely beautiful. Did you see that full moon? I mean, it's really something special here this morning. It makes you feel really, really blessed. On one side, you've got the full moon, and then on the other side, you've got this gorgeous sunrise and the beautiful Eastern Pacific right behind me. It is beautiful. I see a lot of birds flocking around. Seems like a gorgeous morning, and you can see forever all the way to Catalina Island. Wouldn't surprise me if you guys saw a gray whale swim by here this morning. It is that beautiful. If you don't mind, hit that like button. That means the world to us. It helps us so much. If you want, subscribe to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel, and also tick that little bell. You'll be notified when there's new content. In the past 28 days, nearing 2 million views on our social media. God, I owe that all to you. Thank you so very much. It means the world to us. You can follow us over there on Facebook, on Instagram, and on TikTok, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Last night, Tackle Shop Confessions, Tyler Tanaka with the 10 things you need to do to be successful in the coming sport fishing year. They're great. You're going to love it. Go back and watch Tyler. He is fantastic. Such a wonderful addition to Friedman Adventures. And earlier in the day yesterday, we visited with our friend Captain Danny Kadota Danny, of course, is a great guy. He's been in this business for so long. You can go back and watch that show also. What a beautiful morning. I get to get my steps in a little bit, and I get to talk to you about some outstanding fishing. Let's go south of the border. We'll talk Mexico, and then we're going to get into the long-range situation, which has been absolutely phenomenal here recently. Down there in Cabo San Lucas, we continue to see a few striped marlin down there. There's a little bit of dorado, some pretty good yellowfin tuna fishing going on down there, and the occasional wahoo also. Nothing wrong with that. We also take a look in the Mulegé and Laredo area where the yellowtail bite has been fantastic, and it is remaining that way. Really good yellowtail action going on. Only 140 miles down below the border, you'll find the little town of San Quintin, Baja California Norte, and there's been some really good yellowtail action at times. I mean, that fish has been biting the yo-yo iron, and also just prolific rock fishing. And same thing in beautiful Ensenada, Baja California. In fact, Victor, my dear friend from Blackfin sport fishing, he's located out there on Punta Banda. Let me tell you, those guys do such a great job. They not only do a great job when they take you out on the trip, they're a lot of fun to fish with. They're very capable captains that they have out of there. But when you get back and they start to put your fish out and clean your fish, man, they'll put out a sashimi plate. You get to bond with the guys even a little bit more while your fish are being processed. It's a beautiful thing. Blackfin sport fishing in beautiful Ensenada, Punta Banda. Hey, I see surf fishermen again here in the SoCal surf, and it's no wonder because there's been some really good barred perch fishing going on, and I'm going to get into that in a moment. So south of the border, we are seeing some really outstanding fishing. Let's get into the long-range situation because it has been absolutely wonderful. Big yellowfin tuna. Most of the guys are on 16-day trips, and they go down out of Point Loma, San Diego, and they run about 3 days. They've been fishing a lot on the hurricane bank here recently, and the bite has been extraordinary. I'm mostly wahoo and yellowfin tuna, and I don't know how it can get much better. The Red Rooster 3 yesterday, a 260-pound yellowfin tuna, and they've been catching copious amounts. All the guys down there of 120 to 160-pound yellowfin tuna. It has been absolutely remarkable fishing, and the wahoo bite, I got to tell you, the Royal Polaris had 236 wahoo on their last trip. That is some phenomenal fishing, no question about it. And they, in fact, had to leave the bank, the hurricane bank, a day early because they'd run out of room, virtually run out of room. They had caught so many fish. That has been some remarkable fishing. The Intrepid also having great fishing down in that neck of the woods. The XL with some cow fish. In fact, one angler on board the XL has 2 cows, yellowfin tuna, that exceed 200 pounds. Really remarkable, and a lot of wahoo also on there. As I mentioned, Red Rooster 3, Ethan Dennis with a 213-pound yellowfin tuna taken on the kite. So some really great fishing going on the long-range scene, and it just does not want to slow down. It has been great. And it's also worth mentioning the great food. Whoa! 56-degree water here this morning. Feels like it, at least. Feels cold. It's also worth mentioning the great meals they put out. The Independence has been having the same kind of fishing. Great fishing on the Independence right now. But the food that they put out has been absolutely delicious. Wahoo was on the menu last night on board the Independence, and of course, several other guys have been doing just as well. There goes Todd, no shirt on, back behind me. You see him back there? Man, that guy is nuts. Nah, he's a great guy. Todd's out for an early morning, and I'm going to get out of here because these waves are going to start chasing me off the beach here. So great long-range fishing, no doubt about that. It just continues to go on. Hey, it's tax season, and that means the tax man awaits you. That is none other than our dear friend Tim Marquez. Make sure you give Tim a call today. And for your heating and or air conditioning needs, it is John Lopez. John is the very best. He'll take care of absolutely everything for you. And one of the leading causes of divorce in the United States is a faulty garage door that you haven't gotten fixed for your wife. I know she's driving you nuts, but get that garage door fixed with Joe Welker, your garage door man. Joe is a great guy. All right, let's talk about what is going on here in Southern California. And as you know, rockfish season is closed right now, so you can't fish rockfish. That's why so many guys go south of the border. There's boats departing from San Diego on a regular basis who go down into Mexican waters and fish rockfish, or as previously mentioned, you can go down and fish with Blackfin sport fishing or any other number of great operations down in Mexico. That leaves us catching bass, halibut, some whitefish here in the United States, in Southern California, I should say right now, and some halibut, as I mentioned, so that has been pretty good. Now, some of the guys are doing these halibut derbies right now. Dana War Sport Fishing has been doing that, and Jerry Venus is leading that with a nice 19-pound flatfish. That's a beautiful fish, no question about it. Also, the Native Sun, as we mentioned, out of 22nd Street Landing, starts their derby tomorrow, Wednesday. Man, you should get on board. It's going to be a beautiful day, I think. It's going to be a little windy, but it's going to blow offshore, and that can result in some really beautiful seas. Hopefully, they're going to come up with some halibut and bass. Man, the Native Sun's looking good. They got a new sonar on there. 310-832-8304 to join them. That should be a lot of fun. I know a lot of great guys who are going to be on that trip, they've told me, and that should be good. And they're running that halibut derby Wednesday through Sunday on the Native Sun, and then Friday and Saturday nights, twilight fishing going on. So there's some really great stuff going on there. At Catalina Island, the El Patron continues to do really, really well on whitefish. Blue perch fishing's been great. The possibility for white sea bass and halibut looms large. Doug Tilk was over at Catalina Island. Our very own Doug Tilk. Great guy, helps us so much here, and a lot of fun to hang out with. In fact, he was there as part of our studio audience at the Danny Kadota show yesterday. Doug, it was good to see you. As always, Doug was just at Catalina Island, and he said the deck lights of the boat attracted squid to the surface. In other words, there is so much squid at Catalina Island right now that it is mind-boggling. And man, that is the magnet that is going to attract more and more predators into the area. So that is all good stuff, as that is a chilly ocean this morning with a gorgeous sunrise starting to manifest itself back behind me. So really good stuff at Catalina. And the El Patron heads out there, of course, every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and with special low prices and no fuel surcharge and a limited load. I don't know how you can beat it. www.longbeachsportfishing.org. Up there in the Channel Islands, private boaters have been doing pretty darn well on the halibut, and there's the occasional white sea bass starting to poke its nose in there. Nothing wide open, but you do have an opportunity to do that, and when the guys can get out, they've been doing pretty darn well up there in that neck of the woods, so we'll keep our eyes on that also. There is just squid everywhere. I mentioned that there's squid at Catalina, but it's on the coast, it's at all the other islands. There's a lot of it, and I can't emphasize enough to you how important that is to the food chain, and perhaps more importantly to sport fishing in this year of 2025. Man, I'm thinking we're going to have one heck of a spring bite this year. I am liking what we are seeing. All right, in the Southern California surf, man, I got to tell you, when you get this cool water, and I can vouch for that with my Tootsies here this morning, you're going to see more and more barred perch. They love that kind of environment, cooler water, and it has been really, really good here recently. Just a few examples. Bobby Stovall said his son caught his largest barred perch ever here recently. Congratulations on a nice catch. Ray Reyes with some barred perch using honey badger baits. It looks like he had a really great day. Ray Camarillo is fishing Malibu and catching lots of barred perch. Man, I'm telling you, the bite is on. Liam El Mohammed and his brother with all kinds of barred perch and I don't know what that is, leopard shark, little leopard shark or something, but really great fishing in the SoCal surf. And I see anglers working their way toward me right now. It has been really, really good. So keep in mind that barred perch during this time of the year are prevalent from northern Baja all the way up to the Channel Islands and beyond that. It's been really, really good. Hey, I'm going to interrupt for just one moment because remember when I said there was a surf fisherman down the way from me down there on Anderson and Pacific Coast Highway? It's Wayne Shima Bukuro, a great member of the Friedman Adventures family. And man, he's putting the wood to the barred perch and the walleye perch, having some really great fishing. But Wayne contacted me and said, Phil, I want to help the little girl with Down syndrome who needs heart surgery in Baja California, in Mexicali. So Wayne and I are going to meet up, and he's going to make a generous donation to help her get that urgent and much-needed heart surgery. Wayne, great angler, great fisherman, but what a humanitarian, and a reason why I am so fortunate to call you and so many others members of the Friedman Adventures family. Thank you, Wayne. You can get all the bait and tackle, and they have another great tournament going on in 2025. Get all the details on that at Big Fish Bait and Tackle. Big Fish Bait and Tackle on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway. I got to tell you, you check that out and you're going to love it. You go in there and you buy the ruler that they have for sale that you'll need to measure your prize catch, and you're in a derby where you can win a brand new custom sport fishing, surf fishing rod every single month. It's a phenomenal tournament, and all you have to do is buy the ruler and then you're in. It is that good. Man, it's gorgeous here this morning. It's absolutely beautiful. I feel so blessed to be with you all. And once again, we will remind you all to keep in mind all of our brothers and sisters who have been suffering so much during this time in Southern California. It has been really trying for so many. And once again, our first responders, they mean so much to all of us, and we thank you for your great sacrifices. All right, my friends, hey, I gotta jump up here, get my cup of coffee, and toast you to a beautiful day. Man, it's gorgeous here this morning. And that long-range fishing has been absolutely phenomenal. Really good yellowfin tuna, really good wahoo fishing going on, and it just doesn't want to let up. And some good barred perch fishing here in the surf also. All right, my friends, have a great day today. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day. 2 million views in the last 28 days, almost 2 million, and I owe that all to you. Have a great day. Thanks for joining us, and I hope to see you really, really soon.